Hare Krishna, my name is Shubhangam, and I'm going to do a comprehensive video on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As you know, Gaura Purnima is coming up, and I wanted to do something in service of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. A warning here that I'm not an expert. I'm just trying my best to give a little bit of information on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and hopefully a little bit of inspiration so that people can be more inspired to learn about Mahaprabhu and to serve Mahaprabhu, and so people can also understand Mahaprabhu. Now, obviously, I am not nowhere near qualified to talk about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or his glories, because his glories are unlimited. But I'm going to be trying my best to explain some of his history, some of his philosophy, some of his relationships with the Goswamis. The Goswamis are really important because they have given us, you know, all the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they have compiled it into books, and we still use their books today for learning how to do deity worship, and also basic philosophy on Vaishnavism and how to get closer to Krishna. Hopefully, with the mercy of Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada, and all the Vaishnavas, the right words come at the right time, and I'm able to explain a little bit on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this will be split into three different categories. First would be the history of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The second would be the relationship with the Goswamis that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has. And the last would be the instructions that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has left us, and also, the philosophy that he has left us with. So, starting off, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born to Jagannath Mishra and his wife Sachi Devi. They originally were from Silhite, and they settled on Nadia or Nabodweep. And they had so originally, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born, his name was Vishwambar, and he was the 10th child of Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi. The first 8 were that were all daughters. They died soon after their birth. And the 9th was Vishwarup, and he was a son, but he abandoned the world at 16 when he was being forced to marry and entered a monastery in South India. And so when Vishwambar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was born, they gave him the bitter name of Nimai. And Nimai was a bitter name because it was derived from the same as the neem tree, right? But Nimai is actually a protection against all evil influence, right? So that's how you get Nimai for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the neighbors called him Gaur, or Gaurahari, and Gauranga. It could also mean fair complexion or golden complexion. Because when we see paintings and pictures of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's usually depicted as having golden skin, right? And when there are scriptures that try to prove the divinity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and it states that when Krishna will come in this Kali Yuga to spread the holy name, he will have a different complexion than Lord Krishna's darkish hue. And some of the Shastras also say that he will have a lighter complexion than Lord Krishna's hue. And Lord Gauranga was obviously very beautiful, right? Because he's Krishna himself. And when he was a young child, and he used to cry a lot, usually the village, and then the village people would say Hari Bol or Hari. Then that would calm Lord Chaitanya very much. And Lord Gauranga studied logic at the school of Vasudev Sarubhavana, who was a professor of Nyaya. And Lord Gauranga was very, very intelligent at a young age, and he had attracted the attention of a famous author named Raghunath, who was author of a book called Didhiti, right? And it was very famous. It's a very famous book on logic. And Raghunath thought that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was one of the most intelligent youth in the world. And Raghunath's ambition was that he should be the foremost man of learning in the whole world. But when he found that Gauranga, who was very much younger than him, was more intelligent than him, he began to lose hope. His heart was filled with fear. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at that time was already writing a commentary on Nyaya. And this made Raghunath more nervous. Raghunath wanted to see, the commentary of Lord Gauranga. But he doubted, maybe Gauranga would not show it to him. Right? And when he requested Lord Gauranga to show him the commentary on Nyaya, Lord Gauranga gave it to him. And when they were crossing the river by the boat, Lord Gauranga read out his commentary to Raghunath. And Raghunath found that his commentary was just so masterfully made. And his hopes of being the best professor of Nyaya, they were completely gone. And he was weeping bitterly. And Lord Gauranga said, "Brother, what is the matter with you? Why do you weep? And he should console you." And Raghunath spoke up. And then he says, "Oh yes, I wanted to be first in the world as a professor of Nyaya." And he wrote a book on Nyaya because he thinks that it would beat out all other existing books. But his hope is gone. And then Lord Gauranga, he also burst into tears. And he said to Raghunath, "Is that all? Then do not weep. Nyaya is after all a dry philosophy. I will not be benefited much." And he threw the manuscript into the river. And from that moment, he gave up the study of Nyaya. And Gauranga's Nyaya was lost to the world, but Didhiti from Raghunath became the first authority on Nyaya. And Lord Gauranga had already mastered all branches of Sanskrit. And also, the grammar, the logic, literature, rhetoric, philosophy, and theology. And he was very talented. He was very smart, right? And he started a Tol, which was a place of learning. And he was, at the age of 16, he was the youngest professor to be in charge of a Tol. He was, of course, kind and compassionate. He was pure, gentle. Of course, he was sweet. He was loving. And he's a friend of the poor. He lived with the poor. He served them and he cheered them. And he was obviously very simple. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a student, his father had passed away. And then Gauranga then married Lakshmi, which was the daughter of Vallabhacharya. And he excelled all the pundits and even defeated a reputed scholar of another province. And he made a tour of the eastern region of Bengal and received many valuable gifts from pious and generous-hearted householders. And after his tour had gone, his wife had died of a snake biting her. So then, on the command of his mother, he then married Vishnupriya. And he also entertained people and taught them. And he was very proud of his vast erudition. And in 1509, Lord Gauranga went on to a pilgrimage to Gaya with his companions, where he met Ishwarapuri. And he was a sannyasi of the order of Madhavacharya and took him as his guru. And when Lord Gauranga had taken Ishwarapuri as his guru, a marvelous change in his life came over Gauranga. And he became a devotee of Lord Krishna. His pride of learning was vanished. And he shouted, "Krishna, Krishna, Hari Bol, Hari Bol." He laughed, he wept, jumped, danced in ecstasy, fell on the ground and rolled in the dust. When he was in an ecstatic mood, he never ate or drank. And Lord Gauranga proceeded to witness the footprints of Lord Krishna in the Gadadhar temple. He stood before the footprints motionless as a statue. He became absorbed in meditation. Tears gushed out of his eyes in a continuous stream, and his cloth was drenched with tears. And when he was about to fall down, Ishwarapuri rushed forward and supported him. And When Lord Gauranga had fainted and he came back to consciousness, he said that, "Oh Guru, have mercy on me. Extricate me from the quagmire of samsara. Initiate me into the mysteries of Radha's love for Krishna. Let me develop pure prema for Lord Krishna. Let me drink the nectar of Krishna Prema Rasa." And the Isra Puri gave Gauranga the 10-letter mantra of Lord Krishna, Purvaraga, which is love springing from a previous cause dawned in the heart of Gauranga. And he always remained in a meditative mood. He forgot to take his food, and tears trickled down his eyes. He swooned sometimes. He muttered again and again, "Lord Krishna, my father, where are you? I cannot live without you. You stole my refuge, my solace. You are my real father, mother, friend, relative, and guru. Reveal your form to me always." Sometimes Lord Gauranga would gaze with vacant eyes. Sometimes he would sit in the position of meditation. He tried to conceal his silent tears from his companions. Sometimes he was unconscious of his surroundings. Lord Gauranga wanted to go to Vrindavan, but his companions forcibly took him back to Navadvip. Nitai, aka Nityananda, was a Brahmin by birth, and he took the ascetic life at the age of 12. He wondered about it in quest of Krishna. He resided at Vrindavan for some time, but he could not find out his Krishna. Gauranga took Nityananda to his own house and introduced him to his mother. "Mother, he is another son of yours. He is my elder brother. The lost Vishwarup has come back to you now. Take him as your Vishwarup." So she said to Nitai, "Child, come, take care of your younger brother. Protect him. He is careless and thoughtless. No, I need not to be anxious about it. Sit down, my child, take your food, and be happy." Nityananda conducted Sankirtan in various places. Navadvip resounded with Harinama. Nitai spent whole nights in singing the praises of Radha and Krishna. Religious processions were frequently arranged in which the devotees, headed by Gauranga and Nityananda, went dancing and singing through the streets or gathered in the courtyards of houses. Gauranga was the embodiment of love. He lived, moved, and had his being in love. His speech was full of love. He radiated love to all. His touch was a magnetism of love. He sang in love. He breathed in love. He walked in love. He showed by practice how God should be loved. He taught little by precept, but more by example. If he simply uttered one word, you will be blessed with bhakti. It is quite sufficient to throw a man into a samadhi and fill his heart with prema. Such was Gauranga's power. When Lord Gauranga passed along the streets and roads, his powerful prema current influenced and overpowered thousands. They uttered irresistibly, "Haribol! Haribol!" and danced in ecstasy. The learned and the orthodox began to hate and oppose Gauranga, but Gauranga stood adamant. He converted only a few persons. He resolved to becoming a sannyasi for their salvation. He thought within himself, "I must get salvation for all these proud scholars and orthodox householders. I must become a sannyasi. They will undoubtedly bow to me when they see me as a sannyasi, and thus they will be purified, and their heart will be filled with devotion. There is no other way of securing emancipation for them." So at the age of 24, Lord Gauranga got himself initiated by Swami Keshava Bharati under the name of Krishna Chaitanya, usually shortened to Chaitanya. His mother, Sachi, was heartbroken, but Chaitanya consoled her in every possible way and carried out her wishes. He bore deep love and reverence for his mother to the end of his life. Lord Chaitanya was extremely dispassionate. He abandoned all sorts of sensual pleasures as poison. He was very strict in observing the rules of sannyas. He declined to grant an interview to Raja Pratap Rudra of Orissa, because it is a great sin for a sannyasi to see a king, as it is sinful as looking as a woman. If a sannyasi sees a Raja or a king, gradually he'll be attached to the Raja. As the mind had the habit of imitating, the sannyasi will also begin to lead a life of luxury and have a downfall eventually. That is why a sannyasi is prohibited from seeing a Raja. Gauranga never saw a woman in the face. He did not allow any woman to approach him. He slept on the ground with bare body. Gauranga was a great Vaishnava preacher. He disseminated the doctrines and principles of Vaishnavism far and wide. Nityananda, Sanatan, Rupa, Swarup Damodar, Advaita Acharya, Srinivas, Haridas, Thakur, Murari, Gadadhar, and others helped Chaitanya in his mission. And Chaitanya, along with his friend Nityananda, they all proceeded towards Orissa. He preached Vaishnavism wherever he went and held Sankirtan. He attracted thousands of people wherever he went. He stayed for some time at Puri and then proceeded to the south. Gauranga visited Tirupati hills, Kanchipuram, and the famous Sri Rangam on the banks of the Kaveri. From Srirangam he proceeded to Madurai, Rameshwaram, and Kanyakumari. He also visited Udupi, Pandapur, and Nasik. He visited Vrindavan. He bathed in the Yamuna and in several sacred pools, and visited the various shrines for worship. He prayed and danced in ecstasy to his heart's content. He also visited Navadvip, his birthplace. At last Gauranga returned to Puri and settled there. He spent his remaining days at Puri only. Disciples and admirers from Bengal, Vrindavan, and various other places came to Puri to pay their respects to Gauranga. Gauranga held kirtan and religious discourses daily. At Puri a miracle happened. During the car festival, the car of Jagannath did not move. All pilgrims tried their combined strength. It proved futile. The giant elephants of the Raja of Puri also failed to move the car. All were in a stage of suspense and dilemma. Gauranga came just then. He pushed the car by his head and the car moved at once. All the pilgrims and devotees rent the sound with the sound of Haribo! And the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu regarded Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a six-handed divinity. It is said that he showed his form with 6 hands to Sarvabhumana, Ramananda Ray, and Nitai. The first 2 hands provided with bow and arrow, the second 2 with the flute in the act of playing upon it, and the last 2 with danda and the kamaladu. By this manifestation, Chaitanya made Nitai understand that he was Rama as well as Krishna. When Gauranga was in a fit of devotional ecstasy, he jumped into the blue sea at Puri. He imagined that the blue sea was a Yamuna. He wanted to join the frolics of the gopis of Vrindavan. As his body was in an emaciated condition, owing to constant fasts and vigils, it floated on the water and fell into the net of a fisherman. It was at night. The fisherman was extremely glad, as he felt that the net was very heavy. He thought he had caught a big fish, but he dragged it down to the shore with difficulty, and he found in there a human body, and he was disappointed. The corpse made a sound, and the fisherman took it as a ghost or a goblin, and he was very frightened. And he walked along the shore with trembling feet. And Swarupa and Ramananda, who were searching for their master from sunset, met the fisherman. Swarupa asked him if he had seen Gauranga Deva anywhere. The fisherman narrated his story. Then Swarupa and Ramananda hurried to the place where the net was lying. They removed the master from the net and placed him on the ground. They sang the name of Hari loudly, and Lord Gauranga came back to consciousness. And the last words of Gauranga was that the chanting of Krishna's name is the chief means of attaining Krishna's feet in the Kali Yuga. Sankirtan of the name is the supreme healer in the Iron Age. Sankirtan tantamounts to Vedic sacrifice. Sankirtan destroys sins and purifies the heart and creates bhakti. Chant the name of while sitting, standing, walking, eating, in bed, and everywhere. The name is omnipotent. You can repeat the name at any place, at any time. Listen, Swarupananda, I will tell you about the mental attitude in which the name should be recited. And though that is a Shishtasaka. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message and life was a very just filled with ecstasy, filled with so many different forms of love and just mercy upon others. There are so many leelas and so many pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that it would be impossible to cover all of them here. But the main ones are the conversion of Jagai and Madhai, and also when he was outside in Keshava Bharati's, and when the Qazi had taken one of the mridangas from his Sankirtan party and broken them. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the Qazi and he debated the Quran and he showed the Qazi about Vaishnavism. And one of the most important followers of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are the 6 Goswamis. In order are Rupa Goswamis, Sanatana Goswamis, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Das Acharya Goswami, Jiva Goswami, and sorry, Jiva Goswami, and Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Datta Goswami, and Jiva Goswami. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhakta Goswami. Sorry. So, firstly, Rupa Goswami met Lord Chaitanya at Ramaleki in 1514 with his brothers Sanatana and Anupama. And they had already completely surrendered onto the lotus feet of the Lord. And at the time, all of them were under the Kazi, but and they had heard of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they had already surrendered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then, once after they were freed from the service from the Kazi, then they went to to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's kirtan party, right? And Sanatana Goswami was also in jail, but he got free and he also went to them too. And Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was also very expert in reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. And Raghunath Goswami was always a great cook. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always pleased to accept the food that he cooked. And Raghunath Bhattacharya Goswami lived in 8 months with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him to go to Vrindavan with Sri Rupa Goswami. And after that, he went as he also told Raghunath Bhattacharya Goswami to remain a brahmachari, right? And he went to Vrindavan and he helped out with Sanatana and Rupa Goswami. And Raghunath Das Goswami also, he served Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He served him for 16 years at Jagannath Puri, and he went to Vrindavan again, and he went to Radhakunda, and he established a bhajan kutir there. And Sri Gopala Bhakta Goswami was also, he used to be in a temple. And when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling South India, he stayed at his father's house, and Sri Gopala Bhakta Goswami used to massage Lord Chaitanya's feet every day, and always used to serve him. So after Gopala Bhakta Goswami had grown up, he left to go find Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and go again in service of him. And Jiva Goswami is a very special disciple. And because when Jiva Goswami was 3 or 4, his uncles, they were Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. They were, again, Jiva was also in service of the Kazi. And after 1550, after that, Jiva went to live in Vrindavan under Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. And he accepted initiation from Rupa Goswami. And he was taught the esoteric principles of devotion to Krishna. And Jiva helped to edit the writings of Rupa and Sanatana and assisted them in their work of propagating Gaudiya Vaishnavism and excavating the lost holy places of Vrindavan. And the 6 Goswamis are very important because they have created most of the books on deity worship and most of the books on the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the last 2 teachings that he officially wrote was Shishtastakam, right, and Shiva Ashtakam. Shishtastakam is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's last message to the world. And Shishtastakam's message was a very simple message, but it was very complex to understand, right? The simple message was to chant the holy name, but it's very complex to understand how to chant the holy name and why we should chant the holy name. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that there are no rules and regulations to chanting the holy name. No hard, no fast rules. You can chant anywhere. But the reason you should chant is because it gets you closer to Lord Krishna. The reason you should chant is because it helps you develop a relationship with Lord Krishna. And it helps you create that desire for Lord Krishna. And He gave us the rules. Srinadapi Sunichina. You must be humble as a stick or a twig on the side of the road. That's how humble you must be. He gave us this instruction, which is very important, because He tells us how to chant. He's Lord Hari Himself. Right? He's Lord Krishna Himself. But He's in the mood of Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani is the greatest servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Lord Srimati Radharani herself, Lord Krishna, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, has came and given us instructions on how we can develop this love and desire for Lord Krishna, and how we can chant, and how we must go with chanting, as it is the only way. Nasteva, Nashteva, Nasteva. There's no other way. There's no other way. Besides the holy name, there's no other way. Harinameva Kevalam. The holy name of the Lord is only worth everything. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message has always been spread. It's currently being spread by our movement. We are spreading the holy name and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message from all around the world. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed that the holy name should be spoken everywhere in the world. Because when everyone is in devotion to Lord Krishna, and they have all developed love for Krishna, when everyone's Krishna conscious, then it breeds an environment for everyone to want to go to Krishna, to get the glories of Krishna, to hear the glories of Krishna. So eventually we can all go back home to Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Krishna in the mood of Radharani herself. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so hard to understand, but He is the example of a pure devotee. The Lord has came Himself to show us how to be a pure devotee. He has shown that to be a pure devotee, you must be very kind. You must be very humble. You must practice, you must chant. And most importantly, you must give service unto Lord Krishna. So this Gaura Purnima, this is what we want to do. We want to, most importantly, worship and give thanks and praise Lord Gauranga, because He has given us this message of love, of Nam, the holy name. He has given us the holy name. And the holy name is one of the best ways to get to Lord Krishna. He has given us this. And again, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Hari Himself. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna are non-different from each other. So, worshipping Lord Gauranga is worshipping Lord Krishna. So we must, tomorrow, on Gaura Purnima, we must sing our heart out. We must dance. We must cry for Krishna. We must scream. We must sing for Krishna. Lord Gauranga, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, used to be so ecstatic during Kirtan that He would seize up. There would be goosebumps. He would be jumping and crying in ecstasy, and He would fall and faint to the ground. Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had this love for Krishna. This so much bhav and rasa, so much desire to serve Krishna, that He was unbearable. So we must do the same thing. We must scream and cry and chant for Lord Krishna, because we want Lord Krishna. Or the ultimate goal is to go back to home, back to Godhead. So we must scream, we must cry, we must sing. Every mouth should utter the holy name. Everyone should sing the holy name with so much love and joy in their hearts. The whole world will resound with the holy name. We must sing the holy name so loud that even people all the way from Gola Vrindavan, all the way from Vaikuntha, all the Vrajabasis, Lord Krishna, Lord Radharani, all the way up in Gola Vrindavan, they can hear us. They can hear our pleas and cries and screams for Lord Krishna. So tomorrow we must be in the mood of ecstasy, to serve Lord Krishna, to serve Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because this is the message that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached, for us to love, to scream, to cry, to desire, to want, to serve Lord Krishna, and to see Lord Krishna. So the main takeaway is, please chant the holy name. Put everything that you can in the service of Lord Krishna, whether it be your money, whether it be your life. Everything, give everything to Lord Krishna in service. Because this is what Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu told us. And most importantly, always chant the holy name. There are no rules. That doesn't mean, oh, Prabhuji, I have to, no, there are no rules. Yes, he said even in bed you can chant. Even sleeping, drinking, all this, you can chant. Because the most important thing is for us to always remember Krishna and to never forget Krishna. So, thank you so much, everybody, for listening to me. I made a few mistakes along the way. Hopefully you can forgive me for that. But yeah, I'm hoping that everyone here will forgive me for all the mistakes that I have done. If I need to be corrected, please correct me at the temple. Right? This is not like, I'm not an expert. So if anyone has any comments, please come to me and tell me, because of course I need to improve what I'm saying, because some things I may have said incorrectly or not explained it clear. But hopefully with Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya have some mercy on me and forgive me. So Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna.